With the new scoops installed, the team is ready to put their innovative new closed cooling system to the test once again. This time at the APBA race in beautiful Lake Havasu, California. Lake Havasu is part of the Colorado River system and separates California from Arizona. Scott and his brother Mike are on one team, and two other brothers from Northern California are on another. It's the brothers from the north versus the brothers from the south. The Crackerbox Civil War is on.
I'm Scott Schatz, driver of the P9 owned by Ed and Rebecca Solis.
I'm Mike Schatz. I'm the owner of the P92, owner-driver. We're the brothers from up in Northern California. I'm Julian. This is Richard.
And we're coming for the South.
Here we go, 20 seconds, the flag is up.
And they're off. Without warning, the boat suddenly slowed to a halt.
Well, the water just wasn't race conducive. It was more of an ocean out there, and for the boats to perform, doesn't have to be perfectly flat water, but you don't need 3 or 4 foot holes out there, because you start running at speeds of 90 plus, things happen fast. So the boats in that type of water, they don't perform well. You can't get them to set and do what they're supposed to do. So it was basically a dangerous situation out there today, unfortunately, but that's Mother Nature at work. We can't control that.
On the upside, the scoops on board the P9 team of the South held up perfectly. However, with day one of Lake Havasu awash, the teams can only hope that day two will offer better water conditions.
We're with the South. With Southern California, SoCal. The good-looking crowd, not the ugly crowd from the north. No one really gets out of hand. We do have rivalries against each different teams, but there's no really big outcomes of it. It turns out pretty nice. We're all a little family if you see it that way.
Grew up on the East Coast, being drug around to boat races with our dad, and so it was always, hey, we're going to do this someday. And so we moved to California and met up with a gentleman by the name of Jeff Walsh, who had a Crackerbox, and at that time I was 14 or 15, and so I took an interest in that, and he told me, well, when you turn 16 you can start riding this thing. And that boat happens to be the 99P, which Julian now owns, and so it's kind of come full circle, the boat that we kind of got our first seat time in, learned how to drive in. Now it's in our stable, and it's a piece of history in itself.
My brother bought the first Crackerbox that came into our racing family, which is now known as the Renegade P28, signified by the P28 being purchased on his 28th birthday.
All right, 20 seconds, the flag is up.
P9 has done it again.
Oh, it was hilarious. You guys, the front stretch, you could just see you guys were going for it. Then the back stretch, you sounded like day cruisers out there. Coming into the turn, but there's some good battles out there. You and Richard in the first heat, he snuck in there. Then him and Richard for 2 laps. It was fun. But
well, just so you know, here on reality television, I had all their butts whooped. Just so you know.
Scott Schatz and the Miss Suncoast Motorsports race team have left them all in their wake. For this civil war of Crackerbox Racing, the South takes the win. This is the 4th time Miss Suncoast Motorsports has won the American Powerboat Association High Points Championship. Their first win was in 2008. Let's join Scott as he accepts the award at the annual APBA banquet. After this.